Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to do a little tarot card reading for you all around the new moon happening on February 27th in 2025. Careful, it's a flame. Now that the cards have been blessed by a kitty cat, we can dive on in. I am doing a new moon reading. I think we're going to pull about 7 cards today. So this is going to be a full reading video. I typically do little weekly vlogs, so if you're interested in those, you can jump on over to where I just document my little weeks, and at the end of those vlogs I do a little tarot pull for the weeks ahead. But today we are talking about the lunar cycle. So I'm going to be doing a little tarot card pull that will help guide you through the next 2 weeks, 14-ish days, going from the new moon all the way until it's full again, and we will come back for a full moon reading as well. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to be back for that reading. But new moons are all about fresh starts. It's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new. It's a time of rest, recharge, reflection, and release. So we're going to do a very on theme tarot card pull for that reason. So let's dive on in. All right, the first card we're going to pull today is a card that symbolizes the energy that you are bringing into this new moon. This will give us context to all the other cards, right? Because we need to know who we are first before we can understand our environment around us. So we're going to pull a card that tells us the energy we're bringing into this new moon and go from there. I like to shuffle my deck until something flies out. I like to think that those are the cards that are meant for us, the ones that just fly right out. We have the 3 of Swords. This card a lot of people are familiar with, even if you don't know tarot. I don't know if you can see her, please focus. I feel like it's very, very scary to get this card. A lot of people think of this card as a bad card, which if you ask me, there are no bad cards. There's not even any good cards either. They all have their roses and their thorns. They all have a shadow side no matter what. So particularly in this card, this is the heartbreak card. That's what she's known for, okay? What I'm hearing now, as this card was given to us in reverse, this is that energy that you are bringing into this new moon, okay? And I feel that there is something that you're holding on to that you just aren't letting go of, and therefore you can't heal from. There is something that broke your heart. There is a betrayal that you have been holding on to and letting it be the reason why you're not moving forward, why you're not taking risks, why you're not putting yourself back out there. And so in this new moon, what you're going to be called to do and the energy you are bringing in is a healing energy. You need to let these swords fall out so that the healing process can begin. With those swords still running through, the wounds can't heal, they can't stitch themselves back up, they can't begin the process of healing unless you do the work of removing them. Let's continue. So new moons are an end, right? It's the end of this last lunar cycle. And so now we're going to ask the cards, what is ending for us? What is something that we are putting to rest? We are closing this door, we are moving on from this. What is a cycle that is ending for us right now? We received, again, in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles. Now, in order to understand the shadow of something, we do have to look at it upright. So 10 of Pentacles is kind of that end goal. Each suit teaches a lesson. It is a life's journey. So each suit is supposed to be teaching us something. It's a moment. It is a chapter in our lives. And so when looking at the 10 of Pentacles, this is the final card in this lesson, in this journey. But we received it in reverse. Now, Pentacles, you can see it quite literally as coin, money, wealth, but I like to think of them a little bit more broader than that. I like to think of them as abundance in general and how you view abundance in your life, whether that is finances, financial security, or it can be an abundance of love, friendship, community. When we receive this in reverse as a what is ending for us in this cycle, I think we are leaving and ending a chapter of financial scarcity or financial anxiety. I have a feeling that there has been a lot of worry about finances, about your security with resources, and we're being called to let that chapter end, all right? We're going to throw this scarcity mindset out the window, and we are going to lean in to what is an abundance mindset. Because right now the anxiety around this card is what is holding you back. And worrying isn't going to get us anywhere. We can plan. We can plant seeds, but we cannot continue to let ourselves worry about them to a point of debilitating anxiety, okay? I know that's a lot and it's easy to say, but we can maybe give ourselves a little freedom to let go of it as the cards are asking us to and telling us that that is what is ending with this new moon. So let it end. Let the moon take it. Give it to her. Take it off your shoulders for now, okay? Just like something is ending, something new is beginning. So what is it that is beginning in this next cycle that you can expect over the next few days? What is beginning? And we received the King of Swords. We have 2 swords in our pole now. Swords are all about mindset. They are also very much around willpower, career. And so when we receive the King of Swords here in what is beginning, we're being asked to step into this character, step into this archetype. And this is an archetype of leadership, but not just leadership, a warrior leader, a leader who is also somebody who serves, because they had to build their way to the top. They have gone from the bottom to the very, very top. They have worked their way through the system, climbed the ladder. They have inspired so many people around them that they have then been elected and put into this position. This is somebody who knows how to wield their sword, wield their power, and their power here is that mindset. And their throne is also adorned with butterflies, which definitely brings in this big transformation mindset and being open to transformation and being okay to evolve and allowing yourself to evolve and constantly understanding that we are becoming who we are meant to be at every stage. And so everything that's happened up until this point is to help us get there. So what's beginning, I think, is this new mindset where you're being called to open your eyes to new perspectives, allow transformation to happen, welcome it, and really start to wield your mindset as your power. That everything is influenced through the lens that you view it through, okay? Everything is all about how you see it. So we're going to choose to see it as somebody who is confident and is a leader and is working to inspire. Beautiful. That is what is beginning. So let's get down to the granular, all right? What seeds can you plant right now that you can then manifest and bring into this world by the full moon? We're in that planning stage. What seeds can we plant now to grow with this new moon cycle? Oh, did you see that? That flew. Oh my God. Oh, yes. We got the star. Oh, what can you plant? Faith. The star is about faith and pouring into something and giving it your all, already having decided that it's happening. You've seen it in your mind's eye, therefore it is. The star is all about faith. So what is that seed that you can plant right now? Faith. Start believing in yourself, acting as if it's already happened kind of mindset, okay? So plant those seeds of faith. Don't worry about the risk. Like, it's all about just trusting that it's gonna happen, that you see it in your mind's eye, and therefore it is. So you put in all of your faith. Those are the seeds that you can plant for now. Now the other side of the new moon, it's all about reflection. What can we reflect on? What can we grow on and become aware of that we learned in this last cycle that we can then bring into this new one to be better, to grow, and to heal? So what is it that we need to reflect on? She fell face down, so she doesn't count. Oh, finally. What is it that we are being called to reflect on? And we got the 7 of Wands right off the bat. This one's loud and clear. We're being called to reflect on our defensiveness. Why are you being so defensive? What does that have to say about your mindset and what you're already bringing to the situation. I'm not saying that it's not valid, but I'm saying, is that your only choice, to be defensive? Like, where's the confidence in yourself and your position and where you stand? Like, no need to explain to everybody. You don't need their validation. You don't need them to understand you in order to get what you want when you can give it to yourself, correct? So why are we being so defensive? I think we're reflecting on what it is that's been triggering us, why we feel the need to defend ourselves, and why we feel so threatened by whatever we're trying to protect ourselves from, because that's what you're defending yourself for, right? What is it about that thing? Is it really what they said? Or is it just what it makes you feel? Is it what you're worried about? The perception of it is the perception of you, how others perceive you. It's a really good question. Maybe journal about that tonight, okay? And if that's what we're being called to reflect on, then what are we being called to release? What are we being called to let go of, throw to the wind? What are we being called? Oh, God. Ooh. We just got the Magician. I know. Okay. What are we being asked to release? Ooh, the Magician, the Alchemist. As above, so below. What are we being called to release? I think we're being called to release unrealistic expectations. And hear me out. This is the Magician. This is still somebody who has immense power, an alchemist, somebody who can take one thing and then make it into something completely brand new. They have this vision to take one thing and see it for its parts and reassemble it into something that works for them, that helps them, that is a tool that can be used to better themselves and their community. An immense, insane power. However, when you're thinking about alchemy, you can take one thing, you can make it into another, but it has to still be equal parts and mass of what it was formerly. You can't completely fabricate something that's not there, something that doesn't already exist in nature. It's impossible. So you can't hold yourself to these unrealistic expectations, especially when you're especially when you're only working with what you are given. All right? I think we need to lower the expectations, but that does not mean lower the bar. I want to be so clear. That does not mean lower the bar. It just means don't set yourself up for failure, for disappointment. See things for what they are and how incredible they really truly are. Like, it's a miracle that we breathe. It is a miracle that we live on a blue marble that is hurling through space, and yet there is a pocket of air around it that we can inhale and live our lives, okay? Like, it's, when you think about it, it's insane. What I'm trying to say is there is miracle and beauty in all the things you put out and all the things you create. So please see them for what they really are and how much of an accomplishment they are, without just constantly trying to outdo yourself. We have a beautiful spread here. Let's do one final parting words of kindness. This is that message that you need to hear from whoever you think you're hearing it from. For me, it's the ancestors, the universe, whatever. But whoever you need to hear it from, it's coming through to you now. These are just parting words of kindness, give you encouragement heading into the week, and to really ground you in the messages that we received today. So, parting words of kindness. For our parting words of kindness, we received the 8 of Pentacles, one of my personal favorite cards. This card is an apprentice, somebody who is learning, somebody who is trying to grow a skill, and they have their nose to the grindstone. They are working, they are in the weeds, they are carving out every little detail so it's absolutely perfect when the piece is finally done. But I think our parting words of kindness here today in this specific message is to let yourself look up from the grindstone every once in a while. You've done such beautiful work. You have come so far, and sure, maybe you're not perfect yet. Sure, maybe you still have a little ways to go before you would consider yourself a master of your craft. But that doesn't mean that you can't look up and take a little break and take in the scenery a little bit, all right? Take in how far you've come. Let yourself sit in that, because when you see this person here, they're working so hard. They are in it, but they also have all of their past accomplishments stacked in front of them. Take a second to look up and see how far you've come, see your growth, and put your current situation in context to where you were a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few years ago. Really reflect on that and think about how far you've come. Sure, motivation may come and go, but discipline will always be there for us. So when we remind ourselves why we do it and how far we've come and acknowledge those accomplishments, it can really propel us into the next phase of learning and even make us better, because we do need to understand where we came from in order to know where we are now. Pull your little nose up from the grindstone, take in how far you've come, put it into perspective of what you wish you had years ago compared to what you have now. And those are our little parting words of kindness. Shall we do a little quick recap? Because that was a big reading. This was 7 full cards heading into the new moon. So let's just do a quick little recap. So we have the energy we're bringing in, who we are right now heading into this new moon, the 3 of Swords, all right? We need to pull the thorns out of our own paw. We have to let go of those past painful moments so that they can start healing. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, and I'm not saying it's not going to be painful. I'm sorry, but you do need to start the healing process, and that's what this new moon energy is asking you to do. What is ending this cycle? Financial anxiety, worries about where abundance is going to come from and how we're going to get it. You're doing the work. We both know that you're doing the work, and you're planning and you're taking those steps, all right? However, there's a point where the worry is hurting you more than helping you. And I get it. I don't want to be toxic positivity here. You can surrender that feeling, those anxieties, to the moon and let them end with this new cycle, all right? Then we have what is beginning, and we have the King of Swords. So we're inviting in that mindset transformation and stepping in to that leader who has done it themselves, who has built everything they have themselves, and has done so by being a leader, by being somebody who inspires others. So that is something that is beginning. What seeds can we plant that can grow as the moon grows? The star, faith. Plant those seeds of faith, all right? Trust that everything that you do and all the hard work you put in is accomplishing something. You see it in your mind's eye, and it's already happened, all right? On the other side, what is it that we are being called to reflect on? We have the 7 of Wands. What are you being defensive about? What confrontation did you have in this last week that you felt the need to stick up for yourself and get super defensive about your perspective, about your work, about what you said or did? I'm not saying that it was wrong for you to get defensive. I'm just saying what brought that out in you. What about them threatened you so much, and what does that say? I'm just saying. And then something to release, to let go of. We're talking about the Magician, and we translated this into unrealistic expectations, all right? We can only work with the tools we have, and we are going to be so proud of ourselves for accomplishing what we have with those tools that we are given, but we cannot set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. We cannot just fabricate anything from thin air, all right? Don't lower that bar, because that's not what we're saying. We're not saying lower the bar at all. We're just saying, let's be real about what we can achieve right here, right now, with the energy levels we have, with the resources we have in this next lunar cycle. And then finally, parting words of kindness. Girly pops, look up. Baby girl, stop putting your nose to the grindstone so hard and forgetting about how far you've come, all right? It's okay. You're not gonna lose progress if you let yourself look up for a second and take in how far you've come, all right? Those are our cards. Thank you all so much for coming to this reading. I hope that this guides you through your new moon. Now, if you want to take this a little bit further and you'd like to reflect on these deeper, use these as journal prompts, I will put some in the caption below so that you can do a little journaling practice about each of these cards. You don't have to do them all. Maybe pick a few that really resonated with you and dive in deeper for you personally. Thank you all for sticking around for this reading. If you like more readings, I do weekly readings at the end of my little vlogs every week, so please tune in. They're very short, maybe only 20 minutes long, and you can expect a little reading at the end of each. So Tune in every week. If you like these long form readings, I would love to do these for you every new moon, full moon. So please tell me in the comments if this is something you would like to continue. Subscribe if you want to see more. And this is us. I hope you have a beautiful new moon. Relax, restore, do a little spa night, a little journal. And I hope you have a beautiful week. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon.